one of the times I did this, I just kept hitting I would hit my leg and like hit my keys, and it was like,
you know, the keys over there.
that's a good call.
I'm smarter than you on that.
Well, that's been established.
Really? I'm smarter than you? I don't know if that's been established.
Your whole thing is that you're a dweeb.
That hurts a little bit, but
true.
So all right.
There's
and I'm older, so that counts.
It's a little age yet.
Only a little. You like me, though. That's all that matters. But I am smarter.
Who's to say?
That's your bit, though. Who's to say? How many times can we get that in the podcast and make it work? Who's to say, really?
I'm just saying that it fits. It fits in a lot of situations.
It actually does. I have used it. Because of
That's
you,
what I'm saying.
I have started using it, and I don't hate it.
I said, me and my buddy, Caleb, we swap, phrases.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, I'm like, I'm thinking about this. I like brainstorm with him.
Okay.
I'm thinking about starting this as a phrase. What do you think of it? And see what he thinks. Because if he likes it, then he'll also start doing it.
Sure.
And we'll go a little back and forth.
Okay. I like it.
So the two that I've been chewing on lately is calling things child's play and also saying get out of town.
I feel like get out of town is an old saying.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It is, but
get out of town!
This is
not
the right
way. No, I'm not claiming it's new. But no one my age is saying get out of town.
Well, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Well, you act like you're 50, so...
Come on.
All right, maybe 40. But, all right.
So if we think about that, if I act like I'm 40, I'm actually older than you.
That's true. If mentally you might be, but do you act? I don't know. There's a difference of how old you act and how old you think and do. I think you act younger, but you could be older. Kind of like me. I am older, but sometimes I act like I'm 15. So.
Well, that's the fun of it.
Well, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. You have all the balance of youth and wisdom.
I'm like the master. You're the young cricket.
That's not what I was saying.
You're the young cricket, and I'm the master. You must take the pebble.
But no master is greater than his.
Exactly. That's from the Bible. Good job.
We know what we're doing.
We know what we're doing. Look at us doing that. We didn't even talk about that.
Scripture. We've in scripture.
That is obviously New Testament.
Nice. Who said it?
Jesus. Wow. We even talked about that last night. Kick.
We did. That's why it's
right fresh in our memory.
Wearing the shirt.
Yeah, I was going to, but I was like, nah.
You might.
When I came into work yesterday, and all of you had on the kick shirts, and I didn't. I was like, oh. Ew. I was like, I don't want to.
We were all serving.
You kind of did. You walked down the steps.
I was in there.
For like 30 seconds.
I played a game.
Oh, what'd you play?
We hid some sheep around.
Did you say you hid some sheep?
Yeah. So, wait, let me explain. Let me explain.
You hid some sheep. All right, go ahead.
So, the story was of Jesus leaving the 99 sheep to find the one. Okay.
All right, got it.
So, next game. I haven't even gotten into the game yet.
I'm still just getting over you like I had sheeps.
He brought in 4 different sheep, 2 stuffed sheep, and then just little wooden those wooden puzzles that you
Oh yeah. Okay.
A couple of those.
Okay.
And then we had the kids count to 30 or whatever, and then a bunch of the leaders just hid the sheep under the cones.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Was there extra cones?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there were only 4 sheep, but there was 50 cones.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So they're pushing the cones down, trying to find them, looking into the...
So they're all going fast. They're not it's not like memory, I'm pulling one up and...
No. Because then we would do a new round and then hide them somewhere else.
I got you. Okay.
I was trying to hide them real difficult. I was putting them in leaders' backpacks,
Okay.
Just with a head out. So it's visible, but
okay.
They're in preschool,
so you tried
to
trick them
advanced.
Go. You were talking about that your buddy and you make new phrases.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up with my own word 10 years ago. Loracious.
Okay.
It was I was teaching in school and we were bored. So I was talking and I came up with a new word, loracious. It means exquisite. If your food is very good, it's loracious. Or if someone looks really good, you're like, oh, you look very loracious. I've got it used a few times. People use it in Virginia now, Alaska. Now I'm going to start it in Maryland. So I'm going to need everyone to use loracious.
You heard it here first.
There you go. Loracious.
Loracious.
So you're trying to get sayings. I'm trying to get words. I think I need it like in the dictionary, but I'm going to need a lot of help on that one.
But you've locked in on the one.
I want loracious.
My phrases rotate.
Yes, but I have to work on that
shift.
because you got to get loracious out there. It's got to be used.
Right.
So
Well, you've got 2 states got it going.
2 states.
In very small circles.
Yes, very small circles, but we're working our way out. I think we can start using it at youth group. If you could throw that in.
Yeah, I'll pop one in. I'll pop one in for you.
And sometimes, like, they don't even question it because it sounds like a word.
Sure.
But
I mean, anything.
Right. But it sounds pretty good.
Sure.
So, loracious.
All right.
And one of my students, every year, he took a picture of it on Snapchat. And every year it pops up as a memory. He sends it to me. He's like, remember this? I was like, yes, I do.
Yes, I still use this all the time.
I wouldn't say all the time. It took a back burner, but I'm bringing it back.
Now, I've heard this story like 4 or 5 times.
I know. And that's why I had to tell you again, because it's now the world can know.
There you go.
Loracious.
Brilliant.
There you go.
All right. Well, we are back. Episode number 3.
Ooh, 3.
Big day. Now, this here is Adam.
What up?
Or Brad. Or New Chad. Whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, really.
Now, he is the official co-host of the Impact Podcast. Now, you might be surprised to hear that, as we have now filmed 2 full episodes without him.
Hurts a little bit. I know. My bad.
And that's on him for not being here.
I was on vacation, and the first one I was actually doing work and could not be down here. But it's fine.
Hey,
you got to bring in,
excuses.
Bring in the best later on to let the series keep going. You want it to keep going,
Right,
something new.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the series can keep going now because
Yes.
we have our co-host.
Yes.
And of course, this is the Impact Podcast, where we talk about whatever I feel like talking about, or nothing at all.
That
And
could be
so today we've come in with nothing prepared, and this might just be some nonsense, but we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we are.
See, the last couple of times I've come with questions, I've come prepared.
Mark prepared? What?
Hey now.
Whoa!
Hey now. I prepare.
You do. Yeah,
I
you prepare. You prepare. That's true.
For things that matter.
And the podcast is one of them.
Sometimes.
Except for today.
Except for the ones that you're on.
And then we just go for it.
Being all of them.
Okay. All right. Well, not the first 2, though.
That's true. And those matter.
Those matter. They're going to be the highly rated ones.
Yep.
We're going to realize, ooh.
Viewership dips.
Adam, we're going to have to ask you to leave. Episode 4. Adam's no longer the co-host. He's gone.
We tried and we failed.
He failed. You're done. Yeah.
So we'll probably play some games, you know, as we think about it.
Yeah.
As we discuss. Now, Wednesday is typically Adam and I's normal meeting day.
That's true.
And to be clear, our meetings are just lunch meetings. So typically,
correct.
We just go out to lunch and we chat.
Yeah, usually I'm here in the morning doing something with Dione or something. And then about 11 or 12, we're like, hey, lunch. And it usually goes for at least an hour, if not...
We're going to leave it at an hour.
A little longer, we'll say.
Let's call it an hour. But who's to say?
Yeah, there's one. Number 1.
It fits. I told
who's
you.
To say?
It fits.
Yeah. So what are we doing today, though? Like, after this? What's our plan?
Like today.
It's extended, though.
It is.
Because of Kick, so you don't really have to be here as much.
Yes, that's true. So we have podcasts.
We're doing podcasts,
which is what we're up to.
Yep.
Then we have some movie experiences.
That's
to
right.
Be watched. So Adam and I are inviting you to join the book club.
Our book club, yes.
So together for the past couple months,
I'd say 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
We have been working our way through the Lord of the Rings series.
Yes.
The books.
We've both seen the movies, but we'll get back to that in a second because there's an asterisk.
There is an asterisk. But we have both seen the movies, but we have never read the actual books. So we decided, let's get together, let's read the books together, and then when we finish the book, we will watch the extended version of the films. And so, over the last 2 weeks, we have completed the last few chapters of the second book, The Two Towers.
The Two Towers.
And so, today, we have it on our list to watch the extended version of the Two Towers. Now, Adam, explain the asterisk
Yes.
that you have placed.
All right. So, yes, I have seen the movies, but unlike Mark, who is a huge fan of them, I am a fan, but it's been over a decade since I've seen these movies. So when we watched the first ones, I was like, I remember like 3 things. The second book movie, I don't think I remember any of it. And I'm not sure what part of the book is in the movie, and I'm excited to figure that out. So Mark's always like, I'm like, is this in the movie? He's like, yeah, I think it is. It's in the second one. I was like, I don't have a clue. So I'm excited. It's like watching it again for the first time.
Right. He's also not seen the extended edition.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
so there's a lot of those scenes that are in that aren't in the theatrical release.
That's true.
That he doesn't know. Which is why when he asks, it blends together. Because I'm like, well, I think it's in the extended version, but not in the original.
Because you know the extended version better than the originals.
Because once you see the extended version, you're not going back. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like it's the time constraint that would push you to the original. Yeah. But if you have time constraints,
I mean, if you're taking time to sit down for 3 hours,
3:30 doesn't matter, right?
3:30 to 4 does not matter. You know what I'm saying? Like they're already 3-hour long movies. Basically.
Wonder though, like we have kick, so if we don't start it early enough, we ain't finishing it.
We ain't finished it. But we do have dinner plans.
We do. Also, that's true.
So we might be in a tight crunch today.
I think we can do it.
But we can do it.
I don't know how long is the second movie.
Long,
like
3.5
4
hours.
All right.
Who's to say?
Number 2. So yeah, that's our plan. So our goal, we'll start the 3rd book soonish, whether it's this week or next week, we'll see. But you guys should join us if you want, and then we can all watch the movie at the Mac one night or something. We can add that.
That'd be great. But only if you've read the 3rd book.
There will be a test.
It's an invite only kind of thing.
Right. You have to talk to us, get approved.
You have to pass.
There's an application process. There might be a fee.
Who's to say?
3.
I gotta stop.
No. I think we should try to get 50 this episode. But yeah, you have to talk to us. You can't just show up.
Yeah.
Because we won't tell you the date or the time unless we know.
Right.
Okay.
And to be clear, we will be reading a few chapters at a time.
Yeah.
We're not just reading the whole book, you know.
Right. You can't just be like, I'm reading it right now.
Yeah. We're doing like 2 to 3 chapters at a time, depending on length.
Yeah.
They're going to be somewhere between like 40 to 50 pages.
Right.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
So.
Because we have jobs and lives, and we don't have
things
time
to do. We got things to do, you know.
So
probably next week, we will have read the first 2 chapters of Return of the King. So if you are interested, feel free to join us and, you know, have a good time.
Yeah.
Reading's fun.
And if you are really, adventurous, go back and read the first 2, then join us.
Catch up. Catch up with us.
They're good. I will say a lot, like, the books are a lot better. Originally, I would probably not have went back and read the books because I've seen the movie. So it's like, why do it? But I am a book guy, though. I usually want to read the book before I see a movie. This one I'm doing the opposite. So I don't think I would have ever went back if we didn't do it together because I'd be like,
what's the point?
Yeah.
Right.
We also talked about Chronicles of Narnia.
We did. We have several
of things to do.
We've talked Harry Potter. We've talked the Hardy Boys.
Harry Potter. Oh, so good.
I love Harry Potter.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The Hardy Boys just don't have any movies or anything. So it's like.
It's true if we're trying to keep
that alive, but the Hardy Boys are a great series.
They are.
I mean, I feel like they're all the same though. If I went back and read them now, I don't know how I'd feel compared to how
well do they stand?
I feel like they're all the same. So like, I feel like reading 120 or however many it is would get really repetitive. But as a kid, I loved them.
Sure.
I don't think I read all of them.
I don't think you can.
Oh, I can.
So many.
I can. So many. It's true. Who did you like? Do you first remember their names?
Fred and Joe.
Was it
right?
Fred? I think it's Frank.
Frank
and Joe.
Who'd you have in the Scooby Doo mindset?
Yeah, of course you are.
The real detectives. Frank and Joe.
No. Frank and Joe, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think Frank is the older one. And I think Joe's the blonde haired.
That's the one I liked because he was blonde.
I figured that.
Also blonde.
I always compare them. I'm just in my mind comparing them to the Dukes of Hazzard. Did you ever watch that show?
Nope.
That's a great show, by the way. They had Bo and Luke. but Bo's the blonde and Luke is the. And I always like Luke, but that's not for here now. But it's
Dweeb.
hurtful every time.
Anyway,
Tear.
the other thing that we like to do when we discuss our book, typically we will talk about it, say things that we thought was interesting or fascinating,
and I'll ask if it's in the movie because I
and
don't
that's
remember anything.
what happens the majority of the time.
True.
It's like, no, I liked this. Was that in the movie?
I will spoiler alert for this movie coming up. I do not remember this spider.
That's like a huge part of it.
I don't, and I'm honest. I am going to be honest. I don't remember it at all.
No, that might be in the third movie.
Okay, see, I don't.
It could be.
I don't know.
I'm like, they all blend together.
Sure,
you know,
sure. But
so
I don't
really
remember this spider at all.
That's hilarious.
At all.
It's such a major plot point.
I see that now, but I do not remember it in the movies. Whether it's the second, the third, or the extended version, I don't know. I don't remember it at all.
It's wild to me.
I really only remember the parts with like Legolas and Gimli. Honestly, I didn't care about anybody else.
I mean, pretty good. You know, good scenes.
I mean,
but like,
I know Frodo and Sam's storyline is the important one,
right?
But I don't remember him doing much of anything other than walking. That's what
they do.
True.
I mean,
but I don't remember the spider at all.
That's funny.
If you showed me pictures of fictional spiders in movies, I don't think I can pick it out. That's how bad it is.
We should have tried.
We could have.
I wish I had brought that.
I wish I would have told you this. I can only see the spider from Harry Potter.
When he comes out of the little...
Yeah.
What's his name? Aragog?
Yeah, Aragog.
Right, something
like that. Yeah. And her name is what? Like
Shelob.
Shelob? Yeah. So, but
anyway.
Yeah, that's just side note from interesting tidbit there. Don't know.
Doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
So what we like to do when we discuss our book is to talk about things that we thought was interesting or fun, or, you know, as we've developed, we call back to different parts and whatever. But we also like to give our top 5 Lord of the Rings characters up to the point that we've read.
And that's really tricky because I'm usually like, oh, we just read these 3 chapters, so what's my favorite there? But we got to do it overall.
Right. And I'm trying not to put in what I know from the films.
True, because I don't know about the films.
So it has become tricky.
Yeah.
But I think the last couple times, our lists have not really changed.
No, they merged pretty nicely.
Yeah.
We do have to go back just for a minute, like, to book 1 and maybe part of book 2 and talk about this point of one character that I put in my top 5 for several chapters, and Mark is completely against him.
I'm out.
He's not a fan. And I think he's important to the story, and he deserves...
I've not claimed he's not important to the
deserves
story.
To be in the top, he deserves to be in the top 5 for at least a portion. I think we... Do you want to share? Yes, he deserves it.
If you... I mean, press the power button. I don't know if it works now. If you know of the Lord of the Rings stories, then you have probably in your head thought of who it is that we have some controversy on. And that it would be Boromir. Now, he's putting him in his top 5 favorite characters for the final half of Fellowship.
That's true.
And my argument, I never argued that he wasn't important to the story.
Fair, but you didn't put him in your top 5.
No, because there's so many cool
but
people.
No one's done anything at that point
Neither
yet.
did he. Except be annoying.
He sacrificed his life for the Fellowship. He deserves to be in the top 5
out of guilt. Period.
No.
Yeah.
He deserved it. I don't care how it happened. He gave his life, and he deserves his position in the top 5 for at least a period. Now that his brother's back, I'm almost putting his
brother's way better.
I'm almost putting him in there because he's friends with Faramir. But
Faramir's way better than Boromir.
I will say that now that I've seen that, Faramir is better. Awesome. But Boromir got his spot. He deserved his top 5 appearance, and because no one else has done anything. Sam was not who he was at that point. He didn't deserve to be there.
Sam is the man.
I may put him in my top 5 now. Sam, maybe.
I would hope so. I think now he knows that Sam has been my number 1 for quite a while.
Yeah.
And so out of spite, Adam is
There
not putting Sam in his top
I will
five.
say that there was a little spite for a few times, but I still hold Boromir would have beat Sam during that period. He deserved it. Now Sam has moved up.
Let us know who's better, Sam or Boromir.
Well, you got to put him in reference to like overall. Sure, Sam's gonna win because he's there the entire time.
All right, up to
the
his
end
death.
Of the end of book one.
Does Boromir deserve a top 5 spot? We'll leave Sam out of it.
Yeah.
Does Boromir deserve a top 5 favorite spot in the first book of The Lord of the Rings?
And obviously at the beginning he's not there, but like towards the end when he has his death, like does he deserve in his place to have his 15 minutes of fame, if you will? That's what we're going with. Let us know. I think.
And then the subplot is: does he deserve to be in it over Sam? That's the sub.
Fair. Where do you put it?
Question.
Where do you rank him in the top 5? Yeah. If he's there,
give us your top 5
at the end of the book.
Top 5 at the end of book 1,
not movie 1, because they're different.
Yes,
we found out they're different.
We have determined.
Yeah.
Now we've also determined. This is going to be a spoiler if you've not seen or read the book. So
correct.
If you haven't, you're going to want to skip for like 30 seconds because I'm going to spoil something.
I don't know what I was going to say, so maybe.
We've decided and we determined that Boromir's death in the movie is far more emotional and satisfying than in the book.
Because his death doesn't happen till book 2.
Yeah, the beginning of the book.
So actually, I guess we have to change our. We said
up to his death. I would say.
Yeah, up to his death. Sorry, because I was also referencing the movie on that point. He doesn't die till the second. He doesn't die till the second book. So when he dies, where's he at?
Yeah.
Okay. I accept. Let me know.
All right. Spoilers done. You want, so
you do what you want.
You can do what you want.
In this context.
Now we will give you our top 5.
Currently, at the end of book 2.
Up to the end of book 2. Yes?
Yes, I think
Have you thought about it? Are you prepared?
I mean, a little bit. I will. I'm getting there. I'm just running through, seeing where we fit everybody. It hurts because I'm going to have to put one of my favorite characters. I don't know if he's there because I still don't think he's done a whole lot. In the movie, he seems like he's always there.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
I feel pretty confident about my top 5 right now through the end of the second book.
I think I know who the top 5 are going to be. I'm just working on the order right now. Yeah.
All right.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be Gimli.
Ooh, okay.
His personality is fun. You know, he's got the he's like that real dwarf where he just like food, sleep.
Sure.
Not putting out too much energy.
Okay.
You know, he's always complaining about running.
Sure.
All that stuff. But he's
I think I'd get along with him.
He's like a silly guy.
Fair.
You know, like he seems like a guy you can get along with. You're gonna have a good time with.
Sure.
Now in the film, I like Legolas better than him.
True.
But in the book, Legolas is kind of quiet.
I don't
do a whole lot.
I was really gonna say because I love Legolas. That's my guy. And in the movies, it's all about him. Yeah. It seems like Gimli in the book is a lot better.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I think this is where the movie's overshining the book right now for me. I'm going to put Legolas as my number 5. Kind of for the same reason you did with Gimli. Like, he's not overbearing or anything, but he does his elf things and goes about. And he's starting to bicker with Gimli, and I still like him better. So I think he's putting it. But I'd say Gimli would be right under that for me. So Legolas is number 5. But he almost didn't make it because he's not there as much.
It's tough.
He's not really there.
Yeah. If you've read the books, you know.
He's like, not, yeah.
You don't get a lot.
No.
Now the problem is too with Legolas that so much of his appeal is a visual appeal.
That's true.
So you're like in your mind trying to picture what this is.
Yep.
But then your mind goes to
the movie.
Yeah. So
yeah, you're right.
It's tough.
And my I like elves better than dwarves. So
sure.
You know.
Sure.
But who doesn't, really?
Yeah.
I mean, no one picks dwarf.
Elves or dwarves?
Question number 2.
Another one for you. How many questions can we get?
I don't know. We've got 2 right now.
We'll see.
But yeah. All right. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is going to be Gandalf.
Okay.
Now, he's great. This is the tough part, is that there's so many good characters.
True.
But Gandalf's cool. He's awesome. Yeah. Now that again, another spoiler.
Oof. This is 2.
Tough
You're ruining it.
Not read.
But we're really catching them up for the Return of the King.
Yeah, I guess.
So they can want to skip ahead.
Yeah. now that he's come back,
Spoiler.
right?
Yeah.
He has this whole kind of new vibe about him.
Yep.
That's just like on a mission, right? He's like ready to go. He's got things to accomplish.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like we now this was a while ago when we read their story, so
Yep.
but we're gearing up. We're gearing up for this final act, and Gandalf is like preparing for it.
Sure.
And he's preparing everyone else. So I like, he's kind of taken this like leadership, role of like leading the fellowship, but also kind of passing it to
some other people
who might make an appearance.
Okay. I love Gandalf, but he's not going to make my top 5 at this moment.
Okay.
Because he did leave, he did come back, but then he kind of vanished again. Like, with your point of him letting other people do it, I think because I've seen the movies, he's going to be a big part at the end. But currently in the book where we're at, I don't think he makes my top 5 because I want to put Faramir in that spot.
Good.
And I don't think I could put him if I leave Gandalf in there.
Sure.
So I'm going to put Faramir in there because, unlike his brother, he is a little more lovable. But I don't remember him at all in the movies. At all. So when he makes the appearance in the book, I'm like, okay.
All right.
But
I was hyping him up.
Yeah.
I hyped him up when we first met him in the book.
You did.
I was like, dude, this guy's awesome. And you were like, yeah.
We'll see. I like it because, he's good, but he's also like, stand back. He's not like overbearing, but he's kind of like sly. Like, he's sly in a good way. Like, he's making sure everything is going well and he's taking care of business, but he's a good guy in the end. And he's helped our buddies out a little bit.
He has.
So
in a good way.
In a good way. So I'm putting him at number 4. So Gandalf just currently is not there, but I think he'll be back.
Yeah.
I mean, Faramir probably will not make my top 5 overall.
By the end.
But right now he's there. Just like Boromir got his spot for a moment, his brother's getting it at number 4.
I think the tough part is that, like, I'm taking into account, I think, probably more than you are.
If you remember anything about the movies, you are, because I don't remember them.
It's like, Adam really likes to, like he said earlier, do what we're reading. Like, it's in his mind.
Yeah, it
is. So we've fairly recently just finished Faramir's kind of,
for sure.
arc.
Yep.
So,
but he comes back, right?
Yeah, he does. Okay. He is back in the third.
All right.
But for the main part of what he does,
sure.
We've gotten to that point. So he, like, if I had not taken into account as much, he probably would have been on my list as well.
Okay.
But we've seen Gimli, we've seen Gandalf for so much that it's kind of hard to place him over them.
All right.
In terms of the best characters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
My number 3 is my favorite one in the movies.
Okay.
And I think he is again, I love him in the movies, but I think he's actually better in the books.
Okay.
So we're talking now, who are the best characters in Lord of the Rings?
Sure.
And so my number 3 is Pippin. I love me some Pippin. He's fun. He's silly. He knows how to have a good time.
It's fair.
He's a little clumsy sometimes.
A lot of the time.
But this second book really gave him some spotlight. Now, in the movie, it seems that Merry is the one that really leads the two of them. He's like the alpha.
Sure.
He's in charge. But we've seen, I feel, a lot more of Pippin actually taking that role in the books as opposed to Merry.
In the books, Pippin is definitely, like, Merry gets hardly any, like, showtime, any screen time.
Yeah.
But
so I think it's fascinating.
Not a bad pick.
Yeah, I'm a big Pippin guy.
I like that. And you are correct that I do focus more heavily on the current where I'm at. So with my next picks, it's going to feel like that. But I again, because I'm looking at the 2 books overall, like, I also think to continue the story, like, my 5 are like, who is important there that I like, but also continuing the story. This one's going to be Gollum.
All right.
Or Smeagol.
I don't hate it.
It has been more recent. He's been there, but without him, there's not a story. Like, you have to have him. And I'm also visually thinking of him in the movie, but, like, his character in the book is pretty much the same, like, the way he talks and stuff, but just the way he leads, and like we just got to the part where I won't give it away, but some things have happened, and you're like, like he's smart at the same time, and you're like, he's this creature. So I'm giving him top 3 right now.
Okay.
He won't stay there, I'm sure, but like currently right now, I feel like for me, liking the character, I don't love him, but I'm thinking to continue the story, who do we need, and are they a big part, and do I like their character?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like is he doing something
Mm-hmm.
developing? So I'm going Smeagol.
I like it. He's a valuable piece.
He's a
valuable
valuable
piece. Also, Andy Serkis is incredible.
He does great.
And if you are into audiobooks
Ooh, nice
and you
plug.
want to listen to this, go on to Spotify and find The Lord of the Rings, narrated by Andy Serkis. He plays Gollum in the films. He does the voice. He does the motion capture. And he reads it. And when he reads it, he plays the characters. So he's doing all these voices of all these different characters. So if you're into that, you don't feel like reading, or you kind of want to follow along, listen to the audiobooks because they're amazing.
I've listened to like one short part, and Mark has listened to several chapters.
Yeah.
Because he's more of the audio sometimes.
I like to read and listen because there's a lot of songs in Lord of the Rings.
A lot. That's one. I'm gonna say that's one of the things that
It's
I'm
a
like.
downside. It's a downside
Yeah.
because you're not gonna read the
Yeah,
song.
I'm not gonna sing the
read
song.
as a song.
Yeah.
You know? But that's part of the plug
Sure.
and the appeal of the audiobooks is that Andy Serkis will read or sing the songs to you, and it's pretty awesome.
In all the different languages too.
Yeah, he sings in the languages.
That's
it's
funny.
pretty freaking cool. So if you're into it,
Okay.
listen to it.
All right.
We're down to the top 2.
Top 2.
Down to the top 2. I kind of already revealed my number 1,
Kind of.
but
Go ahead.
my number 2 is probably the best character.
Okay.
It's hard to say he's not, but I'm
Okay.
going to give him number 2 because he's not the main storyline.
Okay.
It's going to be Aragorn.
Fair.
I mean, he's the guy. He's the king, right? He's the leader, which is what I was alluding to as Gandalf kind of
passing the
taking
torch.
that step back and letting
Passing the torch.
Aragorn come into his place of being the king, being the leader, embracing that role.
Yep.
And the more time has passed, he's really embraced it. He's really become like, I'm about it. Like, let's get it going.
And it's different than in the movies that we've seen because he's not like in the books. He's like, I'm taking this and we're going to do it.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's not like that at all. So, good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Aragorn.
I can't say much because he's gonna be my number 1. I'll go ahead since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
He's my number 1 because for all those reasons, like
he's awesome.
Again, like he's the coolest one. He's got a plot. Like he has goals. He's leading them. He's doing his thing. So he's my number 1.
Yeah.
So now we're down to your number 1 and my number 2,
which are not going to be the same.
I don't know. Well, somebody's getting gypped here, though. No matter what we say, 1 of 2 people are getting gypped from both of our
I
lists.
really hope that it's both the same person that's getting gypped.
This is going because of where we're currently at in the book. So
I'm on the edge of my seat, guys. This is a big moment. On the count of 3.
On the count of 3.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Sam.
Yeah!
I'm going to put him in there.
Yes!
He deserves a spot right now.
He's made it.
But can we, before we talk about Sam.
Yeah. Talk about who got gypped.
We just gypped
the main character of the whole
Frodo's
story.
not there. But in the books, Frodo doesn't do a lot.
Yeah.
Like, he's there and literally he's walking. Like, everyone says Lord of the Rings, if they don't like it, they're like, all they're doing is walking. Legitimately.
There's some validity to that.
But the legit thing is Frodo, that's all he does. Like, he's just walking and everyone's helping him.
Right.
So, like, as a character, I'm like, you have the ring. Congratulations. What else are you doing?
Right. So, I think that's part of the greatness of the films is that you can see that, like, he doesn't have the energy to do anything other than travel because of the burden of the ring. And because of that, the visual, you can still see him there. In the books, since you can't visually see him walking, they just don't say much about him. So you're like, he's not even there. Like, what happened? You know, so that's a good point. But so yes, the main character is not neither one of our top 5s. Yes. But Sam has made it. And I think that's why I've been giving so much credit to Sam. And because Frodo, he is carrying both his energy and Frodo's energy.
And I agree. And I think at this point he deserves a spot. Back in book 1 and 2, Sam does not deserve his spot yet. He's a sweetheart, but he doesn't deserve a spot then.
Disagree.
I don't know what's going to happen. We might have to do the top 10 at the end of the book.
That's true.
Because
just rank every character.
every character that's ever been in. But no, Sam deserves his spot because right now he is carrying the team, and he is lovable, but he's actually done stuff now.
Yeah.
I still think the Master, when he calls him Master Frodo, like it annoys me. Like, you're friends. Stop calling him Master. Be like, Frodo, yo, buddy.
I think it's endearing.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's different ways. Like Master, and I know you're on the like you're like they can still be friends, but it's just they are friends. But it's like, stop calling him Master. It makes me think that you're subservient to him.
But we've already established.
I mean, we've talked about it.
Servant.
We haven't established.
It's not greater.
No, I agree.
Nor is the Master.
But we don't need to call him Master.
It's a sign of respect.
They're both gonna die. They potentially could die, and you're gonna go out being like, "Hello, Master,"
because he respects Frodo.
You can respect him without calling him Master.
But that's a way that he shows his respect.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Question number 3. Master, should he?
Kaylee's stopping by.
Ooh.
She's peeking in. You can't come in though. It
is the podcast.
She's excited.
Out
you go.
But no, question 3. If you've read the book, I don't really feel like is it in the movie where he calls him Master? I know he calls him Master some, but I don't feel like it's as nearly as much as he did.
It's definitely not as much.
Okay. So question 3 is feelings on Sam calling Frodo Master. Like, I feel like
is it weird?
Is it weird or is it not?
And does it show that their relationship is more like servant to master or more friend?
Like I want
how do you view their relationship? I am claiming that just because Sam calls him master or calls him Mr. Frodo doesn't mean that they're not good friends. And we can get into that argument at another time. We've had this discussion. But we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I just think it gives off less of the friend vibe. Like I know they're friends and he says it, but he keeps referring to him as like the master, and I feel like he almost feels like he's like his slave in a way. But that also could just be the term of like our thoughts of what like master means.
He's also master of the ring, right? Like we see people call him that because he holds the ring.
Yeah, sure.
Let us know.
That's question 3.
Question 3.
All right.
3 questions all about Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I think so. That puts to bed Lord of the Rings right now.
Yeah,
because we've done that. We're gonna go watch the movie here in a little bit.
We're gonna watch the film
the second
today.
One. Yep.
If you are interested, you can at least watch the movies to catch up.
Yeah,
because they're pretty accurate.
They are
for the most part.
We did realize that they are different though. Like the scenes happen earlier in the book or whatever, or later depending on. But yeah, they're pretty accurate.
Yeah,
they do really well.
I'm a fan. Did you know they filmed them all at once?
I did know that. I think we were talking about. Did we talk about that, or did I just read it?
We probably talked about it.
But they filmed it all at once, which was crazy because they didn't know how big it was going to be. So, like, if the first one would have flopped, like they had already done the second and third movies. I mean, it didn't flop, but they did it all, and they were like together for like 9 months. I think
it was like 18. I feel like it was like a long time.
I knew it was a lot.
Maybe I might be shooting. I
think maybe in the middle, probably in the middle. But like they were together forever.
Yeah,
and you still see like all the hobbits get together.
Hang out,
like
very wholesome.
You don't see the other ones, but all the hobbits hang out together, which is kind of fun.
Wholesome. So I currently, Dom Monahan and Billy Boyd, who play Merry and Pippin, have like a podcast show together that they like. It's called Eat the World, and they go and they travel around the world and they eat different foods from their different cultures and they talk about it. And sometimes they have guests on. I think Ian McKellen was on one with them.
He's good.
Sir Ian McKellen. Sorry,
that's right. Maybe we can get on there because we talked about them. We didn't talk. We could do a whole podcast about them too. Merry and Pippin.
There you go.
You could lead that one. You're more.
I'll gladly lead that.
Yeah, you'll lead that. I like them, but you got the more of the.
That's my vibe.
More of the rings. So, yeah.
There we go. Well, we've done that.
Yeah,
we've done that discussion.
Yep.
And that was fun.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully, we have some more Lord of the Rings fans out there.
If not, we're sorry. Next week
it will be.
Next week we'll do something else. Who knows? I don't even know if I'll be here next week. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Does it count for me too?
Yeah.
All right. So is that 4 or 3?
4.
4. All right. That's 4.
I think.
Okay. All right. Let's do a game.
What you got for us?
All right. I randomly pulled up some Would You Rathers. I did not read any of them, so we're just like they could be bad. It's literally like as in not fun. There's 250 of them. We're not doing them all, but I'm just gonna pick a couple. Let's see. All right, we've kind of talked about this, but not specifically. Would you rather have telekinesis or telepathy? The ability to read the minds or the ability to move things?
Oh, move things.
Okay.
Move things easily. I do not want to know what people are thinking. I have no interest in getting inside people's heads. No.
I psychologically want to, but I don't really want to know. I just want to play with their minds. I don't want to like know what they're saying. That's too easy.
Okay, so that's the like you can get in there and you can kind of
No, like I'm saying no. I just personally like in life, like I want to mess with people's heads, but not know what they're doing. So I'm with you. I want to move things.
Yeah.
I think in general,
awesome.
We've talked about like being able to teleport or whatever.
Yes.
I like moving things over teleporting, but you're teleport.
Yeah, I'd rather teleport.
But you do have good points with that. But so moving things with your mind, I'm all in. All right. Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every song that you hear?
Sing.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
I have no rhythm to dance.
Me neither.
I'm like
that's where we need like
one of these.
stay in the box.
Yeah, right here. This is where
you're at. Don't move.
Good movie.
We need Marshall to have some moves.
Yeah, Marshall's got the rhythm.
This one's interesting. Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for 10 years?
Probably a coma. I mean, I don't know what goes inside, like how it goes on.
Right.
But either way, you're not really gonna know what's going on too much. But I feel like the 10 years in a coma will pass quickly because you're unconscious.
So I don't disagree with you. I don't like that's good. I think I'd pick 5 years in jail. It doesn't say what you did, so I mean I don't want to do anything horrible. But if I'm in jail, I have known some people that have been in jail, and like they do, as long as you're not maximum security or whatever, like you get TVs, you get internet access, like you know what's going on. So the 5 years, like you can keep up with the outside world, and your family can kind of communicate with you. So I don't.
What level of prison?
It said jail, so it didn't say prison. So I'm thinking jail.
Right. I guess that's not that bad.
So I'm thinking 5 years there, because 10 years, yeah, you may not know anything, but you lost so many years with your family.
That's true.
So and you didn't see in jail, you would know oh, this family member had a baby, or you have a new cousin or whatever. But
talk to my family. So.
That's true. That is fair.
But I do
have
a wife.
That is fair.
Yeah.
I do have a wife in a family that I talk to a little more. So I think being gone 10 years would really be different and difficult.
Am I going to have lingering effects
from the
brain trauma from the coma?
Who's to say? I don't know.
Well, that's going to change my decision.
We just have to go with what we have. So it said 5 years in jail or coma for 10 years. So
I'm changing my answer. You've convinced me.
Yes.
5 years in jail.
That's a point.
Because I can still do life. That's work out.
Right. You can get an education. You can even get you can get your doctorate or whatever.
Done.
Or a master. Do you have that?
I do not.
Okay, I don't have a master's either. All right. Let's see. These are not cool. Ooh, would you rather lose your sight or your memories?
All of them.
Again, what we've got, your memories. I'm going to assume all of them. Now, the question is, though, if you lost them all, can you make new ones? I'm going to say yes. You can make new memories, but you've lost everything. Or you're blind. That's a tough one.
Now this gets into some real psychology.
I was gonna say, are we gonna have a counseling session?
Because I'm thinking about a lot.
I know.
Right
I feel like I feel like I can see where you're going, and I see what you might do, and I don't hate it.
Where do you think I'm going?
I think based on us talking and knowing some of your history, you might be delete the memories and start new.
So this is where the psychology comes in, because I was thinking that.
Okay.
I was like, all those years of grief and heartache.
Yeah.
I could do away with.
Yeah.
But then I also was like, well, that's made me who I am.
100%.
So if I get rid of the memories of all the pain
Sure.
and the difficult
Yep.
things, then I have no identity, right?
True.
I'm like, everything that I know
Yeah.
nothing, right?
Yep.
And I think that's scary.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to be able to see,
True.
but I think I'd rather know who I am and be confident in myself than like be able to see. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And also, like, I've been with my wife for like 7 years already. I mean, we haven't been married for that long,
Sure.
but like, I don't want to get rid of those memories.
Right.
Even
Yep.
though I could potentially create new memories, I'm not gonna know that she's my wife. Like, we have to
Right.
build this whole relationship again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna know anything about the Bible that I've learned and studied for all these years. I'm
Wonder
not
if
gonna know anything about
wonder if
Jesus.
memories and knowledge are the same thing. Because would your knowledge stay?
I would have to think not.
Okay. I don't know.
I feel like I'm thinking like
memories literally
clear
like
slate.
clear.
Like, yeah, like
Okay. And do you wake like when you come back? Are you like the same age? Like, is your mind gone? Like you have to. I don't know. I'm with you though. It would be very tough. I would say I would want to keep my memories though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
we're
a
on the
good
same
one.
page.
That's a good one. But I knew where you were going. Like
Yeah,
with that, I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's a good way. But then, yeah, it makes you.
I
who
can
you are.
see, like, you can see both sides.
Right. You
But-
see both sides with this site. Yeah.
Not good.
Whatever. That hurt. Okay. Dude. This one is
Inside joke.
interesting. They don't go together at all, but it's kind of good debate here,
All
maybe.
right.
Would you rather give up air condition and heat for the rest of your life or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
Internet.
Very quickly.
Yeah,
that was very
internet,
quick.
Internet. The internet's insane.
But then I think with that takes away anything that has internet connection. So like
Yeah.
your cell phone like is gone, no video games, like all this is gone. Like streaming services gone.
Yeah.
Internet, like that's ran
Yeah.
off the internet.
I think I would be better off.
Oh, 100%.
And so
for sure.
So
You'd be better off.
I'm willing to commit to just like reading, you know, like
I love reading
books. You mean the newspaper?
You could still read,
You know?
like see movies because that's not internet. You could
Right.
you'd have to go old school and buy the DVDs and things because you couldn't stream it.
True.
But you could still watch TV because TV is not internet. If you do, you'd have to go back to cable.
I'd have to go back to cable.
But you could do it.
So it's not like primitive completely.
Right.
But I think I value my comfort.
True.
Like if I'm hot or cold, too hot or too cold, like I ain't sleeping.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I'm done.
You're a little irritable. We don't need that. We don't need
No,
that.
you don't want that. You don't want that.
I don't want that. I think I'm with you. I mean, I think it'd be a little closer call for me because although summers are super hot, you could get
So
fans.
hot, man.
You could get fans, and you could have like a wood stove, so you could do it. But I agree.
Fans don't really blow
don't.
cool air.
They
just
don't.
circulate
They
the air
don't.
that's in
They
it.
don't.
So if it's
I
hot
agree.
air, it's blowing.
I agree, and I'm with you. I think I get rid of the internet, but I think I'm closer to keeping the internet than you. But I do agree, getting rid of the internet would actually be better.
It's so beneficial.
It'd be so beneficial because I mean, you'd definitely have time to be doing, being with people, doing, Bible studies, whatever, because you have less time to do,
Just not
scroll.
scrolling, yeah.
So, like I'm doing right now for this game. So you couldn't play this game right now.
We'd have to be creative.
We'd have to be
That's
creative.
not good.
We could be creative. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this one kind of goes with it. If you had to do work, do you want to do work under the hot sun or extreme cold?
Cold.
Yeah.
You can bundle.
You can bundle. You can
only
only take
take so
off.
many
Yeah,
layers.
exactly. Then it becomes a problem. What? Would you rather? Oh, I read that wrong. Would you rather stay in during a snow day or build a fort? That's the question. Would you rather stay in during a snow day or build a fort? I
Like
assume
in the snow?
I assume he means in the snow, but that's the question. Sorry, that was me.
Well, I think when I was like 10,
Sure,
I'd be like, let's go build a fort. But now I'm like,
just stay in.
let me sit by the window, like sit by the fireplace, watching the snow fall.
reading a
Sit by
book.
the fireplace, reading a book.
I'm with you. I'd pick the book.
I am a 40-year-old man.
You are. You 100% are. Congratulations.
Thank
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not 40 yet.
Yeah.
Close. All right. Would you rather have a personal maid or a personal chef?
Chef. Oh my gosh.
You can't. Your wife though can cook.
She can, but now with her work schedule, she's like got so little time.
And I'm not calling her a personal chef. I'm saying
No.
but like she can cook.
Can cook.
She can cook.
She can cook. I will have her make something for youth group one
She
of
can
these
cook.
times so you guys can all try her cooking because Lord
They're
have
good.
mercy.
They're good.
She can.
My wife is a great cook too. We usually split I'll do like the meats and stuff, and she'll do all the sides. So we do good together. But your wife, as a whole, is better because she does it all. Like
It's true.
and I've had her food, her cornbread.
Yeah,
On
cornbread's
point.
banging.
On
Cornbread's
point.
banging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must say.
Yeah.
Sorry. Side note. So
yeah.
chef.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's just better. And Rachel like really likes cleaning
Sure.
too. So then like
So you
one of
got
us
a
would
cook
still be in
and a cleaner. What? All right.
I would hate to take away
her joy.
something that she really enjoys.
I would go with chef too because I think that's some of the things we spend a lot of time doing, like cooking. Which Meg and I both like cooking, so it's fun to do. But having a personal chef does not mean you can't cook your own
Right.
food. But I think we can clean the stuff. But having the chef is like, if you have it prepared, we can be doing other things and not have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, chef. All right, let's do like one or two more.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. What do we got?
I'm gonna go with it. Would you rather throw up on your hero or have your hero throw up on you?
That's funny.
It caught me off guard. I haven't read.
Who's your hero?
I mean, are we looking at hero as like celebrity or like hero would probably honestly is my mom, but like, are we talking like that type of hero? Or are we talking?
Let's say like
Not-
when you like when people get say hero,
like
or like
not
a
like
celebrity.
yeah, okay.
Kind of. Because like Jesus.
Yeah, like
like he's the hero,
right? You can't pick Jesus. Okay.
or like Paul. One of the
I'm not
like
I'm not taking John.
yeah, not taking John.
Okay. Hero. So who would my hero be? Do you know who your hero is? Is it LeBron?
Not
I
LeBron.
thought it was. All right.
We've had this of
I know. Like hero.
I like a lot of players more than I like.
Oh, that's
LeBron.
true. You like that? John Wall.
I do like John Wall. He's not my favorite.
That gets points though.
but that is
right.
that is good. I don't
So-
know who my hero
yeah,
would
celebrity.
be. Oh, I have one. So he's not like hero is not a good
Sure,
term,
sure.
but
Okay.
it's like for what we're thinking of.
Okay, go ahead. Who are you?
Paul Rudd.
Oh, okay. All right.
I love Paul Rudd.
That's true. I thought you were gonna go with someone else.
Who?
I'm trying. I thought you were going with Indiana Jones.
Harrison Ford.
I thought you were going
I
Harrison Ford.
did think Harrison
I thought
Ford.
he would be your guy.
Yeah, I do love Harrison Ford. I like Harrison Ford more than Paul Rudd, but I think it would be funnier if Paul Rudd threw up on me or I threw up on Paul Rudd because he would have like some kind of reaction.
I'm going to go the same way. I'm picking Adam Sandler for this
Yeah.
because I really like Adam Sandler. And either way this goes, I think we can still be friends after
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
We've picked the right one.
yeah, you throw up on Harrison Ford or like someone like Mel Gibson, like they're done.
They're done. They're out.
They're done. All right. So now that we got them, Adam Sandler's here and your boy Paul Rudd's here. Are you picking on them? Or are you?
I'm puking on them. I don't. First of all, don't want anyone's puke on me. That's insane.
Okay.
That's
All right.
just. But I think I would rather put myself in the embarrassing situation because I think I don't get embarrassed.
Sure.
Often. So I feel like I could bounce back.
Okay.
You know?
So your thought? I'm actually going to let Adam Sandler throw up on me because like where we're at, our statuses in life, like
He's a little
higher. So it's like be like, no problem. Like it's cool. Like awesome. We can still be friends out of this.
Mhm.
I feel like if you throw up on them, are they gonna really want to be your friend? If he throws up on me, he's gonna. Even if he likes me,
feel bad.
he's gonna feel bad, and he's at
something.
least gonna hang out with me once.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd might be like, you just puked on me, I'm done.
I think it'd be fun and funny.
It would be funny either way, and I could see if he threw up on me, he'd have some voice to come back with it, and have the throw up like talking or something.
Yeah.
Like so, I'm gonna let him throw up on me,
All right.
not on my face, like just on.
You don't get to decide that.
He's not super tall, so I don't think he'd be.
Neither are you.
I know, but I'm saying like
What if it's projectile?
That might even be better. Because honestly, if it's projectile, I'm probably gonna throw up on him. It's gonna be like, which is probably gonna be the same thing
like
with you
a
and Paul.
comic,
Yeah,
like
like
where they hit each other
Yeah.
and it's like just equal.
yeah, like it's probably gonna be both of us if that happens.
Insane.
There you go. All right, one more and then we're done.
All right.
Let's see. That was a pretty good one though. I don't know if we can get another one like that. No. Nah. Okay. And I mean, just because I haven't read them all and I don't want to keep going, would you rather cuddle a koala or pal around with a panda? I don't know.
There's a lot of things going through my head at this particular moment.
I have a lot too. And it's with the panda because a panda is one of the, like, I'm surprised they're not extinct. Have you seen videos of pandas?
They're so clumsy.
They're so clumsy. So, like, palling around with them, like you said, going through their head, makes me think I'm falling on their head. I think I'm hanging out. Oh, nope. I'm more lazy, laid back.
Yeah, but, like, koalas are, like, known for carrying a very specific disease.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You know?
Let's assume we're not getting the disease. I'm going to hang out with a panda, though. Yeah, I think it'd be funny.
I'm on the panda train.
I think it'd be funny. Like, they fall out of the tree, you fall out of the tree, roll down the hill.
Yeah, I'll match his energy.
Yeah.
You know? You're rolling, I'm rolling.
We fall out of a tree.
Let's fall.
And then we break. We're like,
well, I guess I'm not a panda.
I'm not a panda. All right, so pal around with a panda for the win. All right. Not our best one to end on, but hey. It's all right. We'll save some of the.
We can cut it.
We'll cut it for two of the last 150. Cut. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Get some would you rather's. We agreed on most of them. A couple of them we went opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nicely done. Sorry. All right.
What?
That was from Mary Margaret. She's like, random question. Trust the process. Do y'all have a gaming system? I gotta respond to her. I don't know.
Do you?
I do. Well,
I know that.
I have lots of them, but they're all older. Like, I'm gonna have to get a new one. Like we've already talked about, we have to get a PlayStation 5.
That's the move. I have a PlayStation 5.
We can play games. We can. We can hang out more. Yes. Okay. Because Aiden's gonna want it. So,
yeah.
All right. So we're just doing our exit.
Well, I was gonna put that in.
All right. Well, that's done.
So that was fun. Let us know PlayStation or Xbox.
Oh yeah, because I was a PlayStation. I have a PlayStation 1 and 2. Then I went to an Xbox 360 and an Xbox One. So I like both. I was originally PlayStation. I've been Xbox for the last 10 years.
Got an Xbox One, and then the Spider-Man games were coming out on PS5. I was like, I gotta get the Spider-Man games.
There.
So
question 4, Xbox
or PlayStation.
PlayStation. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, let us know.
All right.
Last question. That was it.
Sweet.
And we've done it.
It's finished.
A lot of things for you guys to comment on.
Lots of commenting.
So I expect to see it blown up.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye.